What actually happens inside your body during a 16 to 8 fast, hour by hour. With science, 16 hours without food, 8 hours to eat. It sounds simple, and most people think nothing biological is really happening during those 16 hours. You're just not eating, killing time, waiting for lunch. But your body isn't waiting. It's running a precise biological program, a sequence of hormonal switches, fuel transitions, and cellular repairs that most people never see because they eat before the program finishes. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact hour-by-hour breakdown of what happens inside your physiology during a 16 to 8 fast, and why most people break their fast right before the most important switch flips. If the hunger hits at hour 5 or 6, you are not weak. You are just early. Let's start at the beginning. Here's what most people miss. When people talk about intermittent fasting, they focus on what you don't eat. But the real story is what your body does when you stop feeding it. The 16 to 8 window isn't just a gap between meals. It's a timed sequence of biological events. And each phase has a job. Now watch what changes next. Hours 0 to 4. The digestive phase. The clock starts the moment you finish your last bite. For the first 4 hours, your system is loaded. Your digestive tract is breaking down what you just ate, and your bloodstream is getting flooded with readily available glucose. To manage this influx, your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin is your biological one-way valve. It opens your cells so they can absorb energy, but it also locks the doors to your stored body fat. So right now, fat burning is basically paused. Not because you have no willpower, because your physiology has no reason to touch the reserves when easy energy is sitting right there. Think of your body like a busy warehouse. New inventory just arrived. Workers are stocking shelves. The storage vault in the back stays sealed, because why open the vault when fresh shipments are still coming in? In plain terms, hours 0 to 4, you're burning what you just ate. Nothing more. Your fat vault stays locked. Your stored fuel is untouched. This is normal. This is expected. But what happens when the shipments stop? Hours 4 to 8, the transition phase. After the 4-hour mark, the incoming energy starts to slow. Your digestive tract clears, the easy glucose stops pouring in. Blood sugar begins a controlled descent back toward baseline. Your pancreas responds by cutting insulin output. And this is where everything begins to shift. As insulin drops, the lock on stored fat starts to loosen. Not fully open yet, but no longer sealed shut. Practically, this is when many people feel a wave of hunger. A stomach signal, a craving, sometimes a little mental restlessness. That is not starvation. It is your body transitioning from processing mode to searching mode. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, sends a message to your brain. Hey, conveyor belt stopped. Should we look for more? Here's what most people miss about this window. The hunger at hour 5 or 6 is often a learned reflex. Your body is trained to expect food at certain times, so it triggers the reminder on schedule. Think of it like an alarm clock. The alarm can ring even on a holiday. The ringing does not mean danger. It means habit. This is why so many people fail fasting here. They mistake habit for emergency. Hold that thought. It matters. Hours 8 to 12, the glycogen drain. By hour 8, the free glucose from your last meal is mostly gone. The bloodstream clears. But your body still needs stable energy, especially for your brain and nervous system. So it goes to the next fuel source, glycogen. Glycogen is stored in the liver and muscles. Think of it as your biological wallet. Small cash reserves that are easy to access, perfect for short-term spending before you have to touch the bank. Your liver breaks glycogen down into glucose and releases it slowly, drip by drip, just enough to keep you steady. This is where some people feel a slight dip, less bounce, less pump, sometimes less patience. And for a lot of people, there's another weird sensation: cold hands, cold feet. If you've ever noticed your hands or feet getting cold during a fast, this is why. Your body is redirecting blood flow. Digestion is no longer the priority, so the system shifts resources toward essential organs and the core. It's not failure, it's intelligent resource management. If that has happened to you, comment cold. Now here's the important part. During hours 8 to 12, your muscle tissue is still largely protected. The body is using glycogen. It is buying time. It is not eating your muscles the moment you skip breakfast. But glycogen is limited, and the body knows it. Hours 12 to 16. The metabolic switch. Now we enter the critical zone. As you move past 12 hours, the glycogen wallet is running low. The liver senses it cannot sustain the system on these cash reserves much longer. So a metabolic pivot happens. Your liver begins to access the vault. It pulls fatty acids out of fat cells and converts them into water-soluble molecules called ketones. This is the entry point to ketosis. Ketones can fuel your brain, your heart, your muscles. And once they show up in meaningful amounts, a lot of people notice something surprising. Hunger drops, not because you got stronger, because your brain detects, we found fuel. It's coming from inside. At the same time, human growth hormone tends to rise. Research in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism suggests this hormonal shift can help protect lean tissue while the body ramps up fat oxidation. That's why rapid muscle wasting is rarely associated with controlled, short-term fasting. Your body is not suicidal. It does not burn expensive muscle first when it has stored fat sitting there. In plain terms, hours 12 to 16 is when the real shift begins. Your body is moving from easy fuel to backup fuel to stored fuel. You're not just not eating, you're switching engines. Now the 16 to 8 protocol ends right here. You eat, the cycle resets. But if you keep going, briefly, here's what happens. Between hours 16 and 20, ketone production stabilizes. Some people experience a slight increase in alertness due to norepinephrine. And deeper in the tissues, autophagy begins to ramp up, a cellular cleanup process where damaged proteins and worn-out components get recycled. In plain terms, 16 to 8 gives you a taste of this. Longer fasts take it deeper. Now here's what most people miss about the 16 to 8 timeline. The reason 16 hours works isn't magic, it's timing. It often takes approximately 8 to 12 hours to significantly drain liver glycogen after a standard meal. By hour 12, the wallet is usually low. By hour 14, the vault is starting to open. The exact timing can vary based on meal size, activity level, and your own metabolism, but the sequence stays the same. So when people break their fast at hour 14 or 15, they often stop right before the payoff. They did the hard part, then they quit at the doorstep. Now let's talk about what happens when you eat at hour 16. When you break your fast, insulin rises to pull incoming nutrients into your cells. And after a fast, those cells are often more insulin sensitive than usual. That can be great, but only if you don't sabotage it. If you break your fast with sugar or refined carbs, you risk a sharp insulin spike. The valve slams shut. You get the crash, and you can undo part of what you built. So here's the complete framework. Do this. Start your 16-hour clock from your last bite of food, not from when you finish your plate. If dinner ends at 7 p.m., your window opens around 11 a.m. the next day. During the fast, drink water, drink plain tea, drink black coffee. During the eating window, start with protein, add healthy fats, then build the rest of the meal. Avoid this. Do not snack non-stop during your eating window. Each snack resets the insulin clock and shortens the effective fasting period. Do not break your fast with sugar. Do not break it with refined carbs. And do not assume zero-calorie sweet drinks are always harmless. Some evidence suggests they may trigger a mild cephalic insulin response in certain people. If you only remember one thing, remember this. The 16-8 fast isn't about skipping breakfast. It's about giving your body enough time to drain the wallet, open the vault, and flip the switch. You're not skipping breakfast. You're training the switch. If you want more hour-by-hour breakdowns like this, subscribe. Next video, I'm covering the 20-hour fast, the sweet spot most people never reach. Now tell me this, which hour surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. I'm checking.